Hey everybody, so this tutorial is going to teach you how to edit the Board of Directors page, either to add or remove somebody from the advisory board or the Board of Directors. Just a little disclaimer, this might be a little bit more of an intermediate post, and the reason for that is that the information and the photos are contained in tables. So we're going to use a little bit of HTML, but I'm going to go slow, so everything's going to be fine. Like always, I'm going to start out by logging in to WordPress, which I already have, and clicking on the pages so I can get to the page I want to edit. Board of Directors is the page I want to go to now. I'll click on that. And the first thing that I want to point out is up until now we've been using the Visual tab, which is going to show all of the photos and the text the way that they're generally shown on the website. It's also known as a what you see is what you get editing mode. All of this information is also associated with code that's written in, and that's what we're going to see if we go on the HTML side of things. So this is the same information, but it's in code. And the reason why I'm saying that is adding an individual to this table is going to include adding another row to this table. The easiest way, in my opinion, to do this for people who don't deal with HTML very often is to copy one of these rows entirely and then just change the information while we're with somebody else's information. So I am going to, as a sample, pretend that we are going to have a second liaison with the city of Encinitas and add another Jim to the bottom of the table. So I will scroll up and I'm going to go to the HTML side. Scrolling all the way down, once you look at this a little bit, T-body, T-head, TR, these stand for rows and columns. It's not necessary for me to get super into it. All we're going to do is just copy and paste all the information twice, and then we can go over and edit individually. So what I want to do is I want to add another body right here. So I'm going to select from T-body at the top where it says end T-body all the way to end T-body here. And I'm going to copy. I'm going to do Command C, or if you're on a PC, you can do Control C. From here, right underneath from where I copied, I'm going to hit Enter, and I'm going to do Paste, Command V, or Control V, depending on where you are. So if you take a look, this has duplicated itself. And when I go on the flip side, let me scroll all the way up and go back to Visual and scroll all the way down. We now have two Jims. If, for example, I wanted to add somebody else's information to this, I would click on the photo and delete it, or pressing the backspace key, and then I would replace it with the photo of the individual that I wanted to add to the board. I would go to Add Media. From here, I can add new and upload from my own computer, or I can scroll through and pick a photo I already have. So let's use one of our sculptures as a sample. Insert. I can also make this bigger or smaller. but it looks okay. Center this. And if I have other text that I want to put in for the new biography, I can type that here. This is my sample text for a sample liaison. And it'll appear here. Then I would click Update. On the flip side of that, in order to delete a row, if I want to take somebody out instead of replacing them, I am going to go over to the HTML side of the page, scroll all the way, and I can tell that this is what I just created, because if you look closely, you can find the text that I just typed. You go all the way from T-body to T-body, and you just take that out. I'm going to go back, always go back to visual first to make sure that it looks the way you want it to at the bottom. I've seen that this disappears, and then I'm going to click Update. Feel free to ask for any clarification or help. I didn't go very much into explaining the inner workings of HTML because hopefully if we follow these steps, we won't really need to rewrite anything, just copy and edit. Thanks, everybody.